Part 1, Chapter 3. What Worry May Do to You. A few years ago, I spent my vacation motoring through Texas and New Mexico with Dr. O. F. Cobber, one of the medical executives of the Santa F6 Railway. We started talking about the effects of worry, and he said 70% of all patients who come to physicians could cure themselves if they only got rid of their fears and worries. Don't think for a moment that I mean that their ills are imaginary, he said. Their ills are as real as a throbbing toothache and sometimes 100 times more serious. I refer to such illness as nervous indications. Some stomach ulcers, heart disturbances, insomnia, some headaches, and some types of paralysis. Fear causes worry. Worry makes you tense and nervous and affects the nerves of your stomach. It actually changes the gastric juices of your stomach and from normal to abnormal and often leads to stomach ulcers. Plato said that the greatest mistake physicians make is that they attempt to cure the body without attempt to cure the mind. Yet the mind and body are one and should not be treated separately. It took medical science 2300 years to recognize the great truth. Medical science has largely wiped out the terrible disease caused by physical germs. Diseases such as smallpox, cholera, yellow fever, and scores of other scourges. But medical science has been unable to cope up with the mental and physical risks caused not by germs but by emotions of worry, fear, hate, frustration, and despair. Causality caused by these emotional diseases are motoring and spreading with catastrophic rapidity. What causes insanity? No one knows all the answers, but it is highly probable that it may cases fear and worry are contributing factors. The anxious and hazardous individual who is unable to cope up with the harsh world of reality breaks off all contact with his environment and retreats into a private dream, the world of his own making, hoping that this solve his worry problems. If I want to see what worry does to people, I don't have to go to a library or a physician. I can look out of the window of my home where I am writing this book, and I can see within one block one house where worry caused a nervous breakdown, and another house where a man worried himself into diabetes. When the stock market went down, the sugar in his blood and urine went up. When Montaigne, the illustrious French philosopher, was elected the mayor of his hometown, Bordeaux, he said to his fellow citizen, I am willing to take your affairs into my hands. He said to his fellow citizen, I am willing to take your affairs into my hands, but not into my liver and lungs. My neighbor took the affairs of the stock market into his bloodstream and almost killed himself. Worry can put you into a wheelchair with and arthritis. Dr. Russell L. Cecil of the Cornell University Medical School is a world recognized authority on arthritis, and he has listed four the commonest conditions that bring an arthritis. First, martial shipwreck. Second, financial disaster and grief. Third, loneliness and worry. Fourth, long cherished retreatment. Naturally, these four emotional situations are far from being the only cause of arthritis. There are many different kinds of arthritis due to various causes, but to repeat, the commonest condition that bring on arthritis are the four listed by Dr. Russell L. Cecil. For example, a friend of mine was so hard hit during the depression that the gas company shut off the gas and the bank forced close the mortgage on the house. His wife suddenly had a painful attack of arthritis. In spite of medicine and diets, the arthritis continued until their financial situation improved. Worry can even cause tooth decay. It can even affect your thyroid gland. A while ago, I went to Philadelphia with my friend who suffers from thyroid. We went to see a famous specialist, a doctor who has been treating this type of ailment for 38 years. And what sort of advice do you suppose we had hanging on the wall of his waiting room painted on a large wooden sign so all his patients could see it? Here it is: relaxation and recreation. The most relaxing recreating forces are a healthy religion, sleep, music, and laughter. Have faith in God. Learn to sleep well. Love good music. See the funny side of life, and health and happiness will be yours. The first question he asked my friend was what emotional disturbance brought on this condition. He warned my friend that if he didn't stop worrying, he could get other complications such as heart trouble, stomach ulcers, and diabetes. All of these diseases, said the doctor, are first cousins. Sure, they are first cousins, they're all worry diseases. Can you keep the peace of your inner self in the midst of the tumulus of a modern city? If you are a normal person, the answer is yes. Empathetically, yes. Most of us are stronger than we realize. We have inner resources that we can have probably never tapped. As Thoreau said in his immortal book, Walden, I know of no more encouraging fact that the unquestionable ability of man to elevate his life by a conscious endeavor. If one advances confidently in the direction of his dream and endeavors to live the life he has imagined, he will meet with a success unexpected in common hours.